Alright, and welcome back to part 5 of the Sonic Frontiers playthrough. Continuing on with Kronos Island exploration. Huzzah! Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's time for the blue blur.
Yeah, back at it again.
Steal your bitches.
Back at it again after 1 week of break, because we all could use a break from the blue blur every now and then, isn't that right?
Yeah.
I mean, we had a fair amount of break after Forces.
The blue blur gives me blue balls.
And that
God damn it.
hell no.
In parentheses, not parody.
In parentheses, real.
In parentheses, gone wrong.
In parentheses, gone wrong. Not satire.
Gone sexual.
Prank gone sexual. Oh yes, that's a weird.
Prank
caption.
gone sexual.
It's
Funniest
also
shit
weird-
I've ever seen.
It's also weird that you posted that on the internet.
In parentheses, Evangelion hospital scene.
Isn't that every episode though?
Oh no.
Every other episode.
It's not as bad as shoot, what's the other show called? Darling in the Franxx. God, that show is awful.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
It's not very good.
It's the Trigger ripoff
Literally-
of Evangelion.
What it's known
that makes
for
sense.
is a character who is horny and
Awful writing. It's known for awful writing and ripping off like
it has
dozens
mechs,
of scenes from Evangelion's like shot for shot.
It has two-person mech scenes, but the mechs resemble the way that the pilots sit in the mechs resembles anal sex.
It does.
Oh, does
Oh, yeah, it does.
There's also in the training pod. There's a plastic butt in front of like the
yes.
control panel.
that is a training pod
I've only-
indeed.
I've only watched like 2 episodes of Darling in the Franxx, and I don't remember anything of what I watched.
Yeah, Darling in the Franxx. Like, I'm not even joking. It literally copies a lot of like Evangelion's cinematography, like shot for shot, and part of it is because Trigger has a lot of ex-Gainax employees in their animation studio.
Well, I was about to ask, like, did they like market themselves as being like a Evangelion like spin-off or not?
No,
They
can-
marketed
it's-
themselves
it's
as being
parody
a
or
deep and
whatever.
philosophical story about relationships.
Really? Okay.
which is what
so-
Evangelion actually is,
Right.
and then Darling in the Franxx is just the same thing, but the character relationships are all extremely poorly written. The show pacing is awful. The animation honestly just doesn't look as good as Gainax's stuff because it looks like too corporate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if they had passed that off as like a genuine parody, then I would have given that.
But it's not. It was
pass,
its
okay.
own thing, and it was one of the highest rated. It was the highest rated anime of 2018.
What?
Ew.
Okay,
Yeah,
really
and it's
annoys me.
awful.
I've never heard of this. Wow.
It's awful, just like pretty much everything to come out of Trigger.
Well.
Kill La Kill is awful. I think that's them.
I kind of enjoyed Kill la Kill, but that's definitely anime you don't want to show your parents.
Yeah.
I think that it's the kind of thing you can sit down and just watch with your brain off, but it's not good television.
Especially considering that the thing that it is mimicking is like widely considered to be one of the most pinnacle points of anime
Which
in
one?
history. Evangelion.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kill la Kill. I was like, that is
No, but like, Darling in the Franxx is just, oh my god, it's so bad. So I'm surprised you're not drawing any funny things.
Oh, it's because
like
to this
objects.
day I still don't understand this minigame.
It's a pretty bad minigame.
Yeah, so
yeah, it's stupid.
I eventually
The
understood.
mini games in this game are weird. I don't really
Lawnmower
get
simulator.
Yeah, it's okay. So the first time I played that,
Sonic's Dance.
it was on the Switch version. The Switch is terrible at rendering that grass, so I literally had no idea what I was doing.
You're just making
God.
random shapes.
Yeah, no, on the Switch, I know what you mean. The Switch versions of it's weird because
They make it sound like it was a
this game is not that much better looking than something like Breath of the Wild, yet it doesn't perform nearly as well on the Switch. Granted, one of them's made
Because
by
Breath
the
of the
company
Wild
that
is
made
really
it.
heavily optimized.
Well, yeah, no, like with Breath of the Wild, like they since they're Nintendo, the first party, they specialize in that kind of hardware for developing their games, so they actually know what they're doing. You know, when it
Oh,
comes
dude,
to
that just makes me.
Also,
that
they've
just makes me
worked on
think of-
they've specialized in underpowered consoles since like the Wii. So
they also, but like, I suppose it's the first time Forces doesn't count. The first time that like they're developing for they have like the X series and PS5 in mind when developing this game, right? So, but then they have to also put onto the Switch the kids market.
yeah.
for the
Well,
kids
what's
game,
also
you know?
interesting is that this game is nowhere near graphically complex enough to actually push new gen consoles. Like
Right.
it runs easy 60 FPS. I'm pretty sure on my PS4.
Sure, but
Like,
because there is
and I have
PS4,
I have a first gen PS4. Like
like a 2013 PS4.
I think so. It's before the Slim came out. I have the Arkham edition one
Arkham-
with Batman on it. Yeah.
I'm assuming that's 2015 because that's when Arkham Knight came out.
Yeah, I think so. It's like a gun. It's a gunmetal gray PS4 with Batman on it. It's pretty cool.
Oh well, okay, that's neat. But freaking, where is I going with this? Well, here's the thing with the Switch. Just generally, I've said this many times on the channel, but I don't think you guys have ever heard me talk about it. So the Switch in our today's age 2023, we have the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series. All right, that's our three console standards. Now, the PS5 and the X Series are 2020 hardware, whereas the Switch is 2017 hardware.
Yeah.
So,
and even
And
like
it's also
low-gen- low for like 2017 standards too. Like it was not as powerful as the Xbox One. I don't
yeah,
think.
that's also true.
nowhere near as powerful. Yeah, but it's a mobile processor.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a mobile processor, and it's literally a handheld.
What I will say, Nintendo understands their market. Like they're not trying to push the graphical quality. They're just trying to make the games as enjoyable as they can, which for a lot of the time works, as well as a combination of just good optimization in terms of like Mario Odyssey runs like a fucking dream. Like it's just such a joy to play.
Well, what's
But
interesting
that makes me
is that
think of like their history with like fucking the second Pokemon, Gen 2 Pokemon. Do you know the story of Gen 2 Pokemon?
I don't think so. No.
The first gen had one region in it, and the second gen had two whole regions in it. And the reason for that is because a random guy who wasn't a Nintendo employee was brought onto development and took one look at the code and went, "What the fuck are you doing?" and realized it was so badly optimized that they could just make a couple small tweaks and it could run twice the size of the game.
Oh, I think I've heard something similar to that, or like,
Game
rather
Freak
like,
is really bad at development.
really now. I never would have guessed.
That game was only as big as it was literally twice the size of what they planned it to be because the guy was like, you could have optimized this so much better.
Yeah, I heard that Gen 1, like on original hardware, even runs on like Shoelaces and Hope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Gen 1 Pokemon is a fucking nightmare to play.
Which, don't get me
by
wrong,
modern standards.
For the time.
Then again, so are a lot of the early 3D games from the N64 didn't run very well. Ocarina on the original N64 hardware can barely break 20 FPS in some regions. So
Really? Wow. Oh yeah, there's also regional differences.
What-
as well.
yes, but like the Kokiri Forest, because it has all like the lush vegetation and stuff that it's rendering, if I recall, that's actually one of the worst performing areas in Ocarina originally.
Why did you still put in the text S when there was already an S rank for that one?
Because
funny.
What do you mean?
Consistency.
No, there was no text S on the thing. What are you talking about?
He's consistently getting S's. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't know what
man.
you're talking about.
My bad. They've all been S.
Did you forget to take your schizo pills?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I just feel like Pokemon, it just hurts because I love so much about the games, but there's so much that I'm just like, why?
Yeah, he really loves Vaporeon.
I don't love Vaporeon. Stop it.
Hey guys, did you know that in terms of
Did you know?
Markiplier's Pokemon Smasher Pass. And the Game Theory making a video about it too.
The one where it shows the clip where it shows Markiplier saying "smash" and he goes, "It's toxic," but we look past that, and then it cuts to him in the hospital going, "Hey guys."
But dude, Markiplier is one of the best. Dude, I will stand by this. I think he is one of the best like aged YouTubers. Just period. Like his content, his content has evolved so well. While still kind of resembling what it was early on, you know?
Sure, yeah.
But, like, I got bored of pretty much every other YouTuber I watched as a kid, but I still go back to his videos after work sometimes, you know?
For sure.
Especially when it's Pokemon Smasher. God, that video is so funny.
No, I've never seen a video copying that video that did it nearly as well as he did. There's so much.
That's pretty fair.
Like,
it's such a
whenever
done. Because it's so perfectly like nonsensical. Because he never explains his reasoning. He just says it and then moves on.
Yeah, because he's doing like 7 or he's doing like I don't even know how many gens there are.
But I feel like that makes it so much better.
He's going through like
because
1,000 Pokemon.
That makes it so much better because it's just the long pause and then just fast.
And his like looks of concern and then going to like, oh well. But like still like what I was saying though, like Markiplier, every time a new horror game comes out, I still go to see how he plays it, you know?
Oh, I see.
When Iron Lung came out, oh my god, dude.
And now he's making a movie, and it's gonna be hopefully good.
I'm hyped about the Iron Lung movie, man.
He says he might have broken the record for most blood used in a horror movie, or fake blood.
Wait, really?
I was about to say.
Yeah, it's in an ocean.
Oh,
Yeah, real blood.
But like Iron Lung was like one of my favorite it was my favorite indie game last year, I think. Well, was Inscription last year or 2021?
Wasn't Stray last year?
Oh, Stray was too. Yeah. Shoot,
Yeah.
Stray is up there, man. But like indie game by a single person though, I don't think Stray was a team, right?
I'm gonna be honest. I think that I like
Solar
Stray.
Ash was
Like I
last
haven't played through the whole game, but I feel like it just isn't exactly what I was hoping it would be as a game.
It feels like you're in the world of like Half-Life City 17.
I'm lost in the thing now. Which game are we talking about now? Because I heard like 5 different games in that last
we
sentence.
kind of jumped around a little bit.
I just went. Everything froze for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear any of what I said?
I don't. No, not that last second. No.
I was saying, it feels like the robots and everything in the story, they're like too helpful. Like it feels too like forgiving and comforting of a world. It should feel way more like barren and
Oppressive.
Yeah.
Which game are we talking about? 'Cause
He's
I
talking
heard, like,
Stray.
Okay, Stray.
Yeah.
Because I heard like 5 different games in that last sentence.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
was saying I was drawing the comparison to it feels like City 17 in Half-Life 2 for me.
No, yes, but like
like,
Half-Life,
mixed with Cyberpunk.
it feels really oppressive, but Stray just doesn't feel as oppressive, and I was hoping for that. Is that you're like this cat that's living in like this world that's like, holy shit, what happened here? Like, that's what
I mean,
was
it kind of is that. I feel like you were expecting it to feel more like Limbo.
kind
or
of
Inside.
Inside would be a more apt comparison.
But yeah, I think the gameplay mechanics are really fun.
I wasn't expecting goofy robots, and goofy robots kind of threw me off a bit.
I was because I saw the promo material for the game.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, Stray's really good. It's a good game. I love the funny cat game.
I've heard good things about it. I kind of want to give it a shot.
You should. You definitely should. It's also not like I think it was like $20 when I bought it on PS4.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was on sale, but like still, I think it like the retail is like 40 or something, which is Well, I just spent 70 on Tears of the Kingdom last week, so
Your 40's not that bad.
yeah.
I
As I
spent like 20 on Rain World.
As I say, as I purchased the $110 gold edition of a mediocre game. I mean,
Of which game? Which game?
oh, it's not me personally. I just see the price tag whenever I go into GameStop. It's like the deluxe gold edition of Far Cry 6 is worth $100.
Oh, dude, but Far Cry's not even that good anymore, man.
And freaking, I bought that game for like $10 new. Oh my god. So
There's a few games that I wish I could go back and buy like the top tier version of, because I like collectibles. Like the Doom Eternal when they gave you the freaking Doomslayer helmet.
oh yeah.
Or again, Titanfall 2 with the Titanfall 2 helmet as well.
Yeah.
freaking,
They're cool, but like
I
they're
like
just
when
not-
things include props. I'm addicted to props include. The Pip-Boy edition of Fallout 4, I still wish that I got
In
that.
Caedon's perfect world, he would have the pilot helmet and the power armor helmet from Fallout and the Doomslayer.
Oh yeah, I would get the
Quite like this
yeah.
for our adventures.
I remember this
and
one too.
Master Chief probably, right?
And like the art books for a lot of them as well. Like
Although, who's your guys' favorite Spartan from Halo? If you guys like Halo,
This is the genius among us.
I knew it.
yeah.
I saw the platform and I was like, wait, is this the cutscene I think it is?
yeah.
Yes, it is.
said Among Us. This is
Holy
so
shit.
funny.
I did that a couple of
Among Us.
times. You know I have to do it.
Of course you did.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But yeah, with the collectibles things, well, I would love to like, I would have loved to have gotten the Leon Kennedy statue from the Resident Evil 4 remake that came out.
Yeah, that one's cool.
They made a statue
It-
with it. That's
Yeah, with the I forgot what they called it, but it was like the collector's edition for the game. I really wanted to get it, but the thing was, the day that was announced, the website for it crashed. So literally everyone was on it trying to get it.
I remember with Destiny, in the first Destiny, when the Rise of Iron DLC came out, I think the deluxe version of that came with a life-size Gallahorn replica.
Life size, like how?
Yeah.
I know nothing
Like
about
a
Destiny 2.
literal
so, like,
rocket
tell
launcher.
me.
They also Nerf makes a version of it now too.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, there's a Nerf
Although it is,
Gallahorn
like-
rocket launcher, and it's like
It is
I
a
think the
little bit-
biggest Nerf gun they've ever made.
It's a little bit more like brightly colored than the real thing.
Well, yeah, but you could paint it, and it would make it a great prop. It's with like the Nerf limited series.
What
I
is
used to be
Sonic
super
doing?
into
He's
Nerf
spazzing the
modding and
fuck
stuff like
out.
that, so I still what?
Why was Sonic just spazzing the fuck out midair?
It's called the air trick.
It seems
Yeah.
like spazzing out to me.
This bro still hasn't played the game, bro.
Yeah, I swear to God, he's just fidgeting.
Dude, he can do that in every game in the series. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but
played
in
a Sonic
Frontiers,
game.
it's unnaturally fast.
You just say you haven't played a Sonic game?
I was not done in a while. I was gonna say
You played Sonic Colors last year.
that was last year.
Were you even able to do air tricks in colors?
Yeah, you
air,
can.
No, air. Oh,
thought you
well,
could.
contextually. Well, they're all contextually rather. But yeah, colors you could, generations you could. That's I think that's it.
Oh yeah, you could do it in colors. Yeah, I'm stupid.
Wait, I thought Unleashed had like a version of them.
No, that
like,
was
an
the
earlier-
QTs.
No.
That-
Yeah,
that was the ding dong, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder when Sonic's gonna do a collab game with Need for Speed.
Has that not happened?
Poor F-Zero fans. I mean,
I mean, remember Sonic All Stars Racing?
remember Team Sonic Racing? No.
Fucking nobody.
No, I don't
played
like
that game.
Team Sonic. No, the Sonic All Stars Racing.
Yeah,
on
the one that- the
the
one
one
that
that was on the
just-
phone. The one that was
The one where
available on
Sonic
mobile, and I
himself is
played
in a
it.
fucking like supercar.
I love how we got Sonic All Stars Racing like 12 or like 10 or 12 years, I think, before we got a Mario Kart mobile game.
Yeah, and Well,
And then the Mario Kart mobile game was a less fleshed out game than the Sonic All Stars Racing.
well, it was fleshed out. You just had to buy it.
There's a loneliness.
Exactly.
Sad and empty.
You had to buy it, and the control scheme sucked.
I think it's tied to the
Yeah,
robots
I suppose it was the best they could do. It was that whole mentality of like playing
It's
the
also
game with one hand.
it's also a game that you play vertically, so
Well, that
yeah.
was the thing, because I guess, you know, Nintendo wanting to be kid-friendly and all that, even down to the gameplay, because Mario Run did the same thing with just having one-hand gameplay.
well, also
so they
Sonic
wanted to be
Dash,
consistent.
Sonic
Well,
Dash
what
did the
about-
same thing.
What about that Rayman Run game? I don't remember what it's called.
To be fair to Sonic Dash, even though it's a great game, it's a Temple Run clone.
Yes, I think it plays better than the OG Temple Run.
Do you realize
That's
how
also
many
true.
mobile games are just copying other ones at this point?
Also, you dude,
Just
Doom.
like Evangelion.
In
Bring
the
it
age
back
of
to
the internet, nobody has original ideas anymore.
Doom has a freaking run and shoot mobile game now.
That's right, yeah.
Mighty Doom. I haven't tried it yet because I'm afraid. Because I've heard that it's a pay to win once you get to the later stages.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it becomes very grindy, and then you have to pay it if you don't want to grind for 1,000 years.
Why, Bethesda? Why?
So it's like my time playing Destiny in middle school.
Yeah, basically.
Well, except Destiny never really had pay to win up until like the end of Destiny 1.
You
and,
had
like,
to buy
Destiny
the
2
DLC
started
to
going
reach
down.
max level.
I mean,
Caedon.
actually, that's not true. You had to pay like $60 for a DLC.
No, I still
the
remember.
fuck do you mean it didn't have pay
Yeah,
to
no,
win?
I
You
still-
had to pay for a second game to be allowed to play the full game.
I still remember Destiny being like the precursor game to involve microtransactions into everything. So don't come at us with that.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad for most of the first game.
Sure,
In
'cause it was the
terms of
first
like,
game, yeah.
yeah, the second game got. Oh my god, dude! I left Destiny because I had to pay $60 a year on DLC,
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is
and
hot
it wasn't
garbage.
that bad when
But
I only
can't
had to
stop
buy.
playing.
It wasn't that bad when there was only 2 DLC in the first game that I had to buy, and like I didn't have an issue with buying.
Was it
like,
not 3
2
DLC? I thought it was 3 DLCs.
No, there was only 3 years of the first Destiny, and year 2 was when Well, there was all the little ones, but Taken King and Rise of Iron were the big ones.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have no clue about
remember
Destiny
playing-
2's
Before we
DLCs.
got
I
the
know.
DLC, when I played base Destiny, I literally played it for one afternoon, finished all the content, and went, "Is that it? Is that the whole game?" Because that's just how,
Then now you have
little
to buy
stuff
it.
is.
Then you were super into it for a while, though.
I was into it when we got the DLC because there's actual stuff to do.
Yeah, Taken King is a fat DLC. There's so much shit to do
Yeah.
comparatively to the first.
DLC like over quadrupled the amount of shit to do. It was really cool. However, I don't think it was worth 60 more bucks on top of the paying.
It was
for the
only
game.
it was only $40 for that first one, I think.
For both, I mean.
That'd be 100 collectively. So
Yeah, it was a lot of money for like a very grindy game.
thank you, Destiny, for shaping the world of microtransactions.
Yeah.